Hello and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming Retro Walkthroughs. This Final Fantasy V Pixel Remastered video is the 11th part of the 100% walkthrough. The video series will cover everything you need to do in the game to get every achievement or trophy. We will be getting an optional summon and then continuing the story, and getting ready to take the fight to exit. We start in the submarine and the next destination is highlighted in red on the minimap. Go to the most left continent and on the left hand side, ride the sub through the credits until you get to a dead end, and then surface and you will be able to access a new town. Before we do anything, go in the forest area is a new enemy called Krile. These are weak to level 5 death. They use vampire as an attack. Enter the town and go into the pub and play the 7th piano. Then exit the pub and go to the left of the pub is a barrel you can get a hidden item. This is the only other thing to get in this town. There is a good ranger weapon to get, a lot of good armor and accessories to buy. I would recommend buying a majority for your classes. If you need money, defeat decorers outside gives you a lot of gil, especially if you boost. It wouldn't take you too long. Head to the magic shop and buy all the magic. Most of them are good spells. The 3 for time magic is Gravaga, which reduces even more health of a target. Hastaga casts haste on all the party. Old, which can turn a target to the old status. In the black magic, you have the most powerful elemental versions of fire, ice and lightning. In white magic, you have Kuraga, which heals more HP than the last cure spell. Reflect, which casts Reflect on the target and it will reflect most spells. And finally, you have Berserk, which casts Berserk on the target. Exit the town and go in the sub, and submerge, and then head north and go to the top left continent, and there is a cave at the bottom of the continent that your sub can go through. This is a short cave and there's 2 enemies to get here. One is druids. They have many abilities. They can banish party members from the battle, half their level, slow down targets, and use the magnet ability. Level 4 Graviga and level 2 Old works well on them. And you have Ironbacks, an enemy that made its debut in Final Fantasy IV. It can deal damage and drain HP. They are also weak against level 4 Graviga and level 2 Old. Also, I would recommend capturing 1 or 2 of them with a Beastmaster or the catch ability. Exit the cave on the other side and you will be on the overworld. There is a boss and you can get it in the forest area, and it doesn't take long to appear. It made its debut in Final Fantasy III and it appeared in Final Fantasy IV, but it was a lizard. This boss will counter every move with Demon Eye, which can petrify a party member. You can use Stop, Poison and level 2 Old. The quickest way to defeat it is to release a captured Ironback. When defeated, you can get it as a summon, and when you summon it, it will attempt to petrify the target. A really good summon, and some bosses are vulnerable to this summon. Head down to the small forest area in the bottom right corner. This is a missable location, and there's nothing to do in the Chocobo Forest. Then go back to the sub. Head to the middle of the map where you tried to go earlier but X-Death sunk it. And now you have a sub and you can now enter Guido's cave. A new enemy you can encounter is Dark Aspects. They use Vampire to take your health. Use Fire or level 5 Death to defeat them. Head down to the other exit to get to the next floor. Then come down again to the next floor. You will come across empty chests surrounding a closed chest. Open the closed chest to get a large stone and put it in the top left chest. Each empty chest opens a different door at the top, and we only need to open 2. Go through the door that opens at the top and activate the skull switch. Then head back, get the heavy stone and put it in the bottom left chest. The second and last enemy you can face in this small dungeon is the Metamorph. There's a couple of things about the Metamorph. It will turn into 4 different sets of 3 enemies. The 3 enemies are always the same for the set. You can learn the blue magic spell Eraga from the set that contains Ifrit, Wyvern and Enchanted Fan. Enchanted Fan is the one that does the spell. You can get the spell from a lot of upcoming enemies, so don't worry about it too much. Also, if you defeat the Metamorph in its original form, it has a 6% chance of dropping a Staff Light, which can be used to cast Holy. The original form is weak against wind, water and instant death. Head up the newly opened door and follow the linear path. The next section is easier to get a Thief's Find Passageway ability, and then follow the path on the left hand side to activate a switch, then follow the linear path until you reach the turtle and get the key item needed to enter the Great Forest. Teleport out the dungeon and then head to the town of Moor, the town at the start of the video, but this time head right across the little bridge to head in the Great Forest. There is 12 chests and 1 missable enemy that you must get before the forest gets set on fire, or it won't appear. Also, you will want to have 4 Phoenix Downs and 4 Dark Matter. You should have loads if you are stealing from the prototype from World 1. Two new enemies you can face in the forest is Galajelly. These have a high evasion but are weak against wind, and Aqua Breath is a good spell to use. They can attack with Rainbow Wind, which puts silence and darkness on a party member. The other enemy is Mini Magician. They use Osmos to drain MP, so defeating them quickly is recommended, as it will drain your party's MP. Also, you can learn the blue mage spell Lilliputian Lyric, which casts the mini status. You will have to have it successfully land on a learner, and they run out of MP quick, so I would recommend having all your party to have the learn ability to learn it quickly, which I get in a later battle. Head straight up for the first chest, head all the way right for the second chest, and then activate the hole in the tree to reach the next section of the forest. The next new enemy you can face is Mammons, which made their debut in Final Fantasy IV. They are capable of casting Berserk on foe and allies. They are weak to fire and level 5 death. Head up for the next chest. You can face imps, which made their debut in Final Fantasy II. They can cast Confuse and Sap, so they are dangerous enemies. They are weak against level 4 Graviga. Head right and up for the next chest, then the top right corner for the chest after that. Head left and activate the hole in the tree to get to the next area, then get the chest immediately to the left. Head to the right to get to the next chest, then go past the save point and stick to the left side and head up and you will get a chest. Make sure you save at the save point. If you go too far to the left, the forest will burn and you won't be able to get the worm, so go around and do random encounters until you get it. You can try the passageways, possibly shows up more there. I got it just on the cusp of the cutscene trigger. Head to the top right area for the next chest. It contains a good weapon a white mage can use. As mentioned, the final enemy to get in the forest is the worm, which made its debut in the original Final Fantasy, and it's weak to level 4 Graviga. After the fire, head up for a chest and then head down the hole that the Moogle created, and you can heal at the water and then head back out and the fire in the forest has died down. Head left and you'll see a chest that contains ash, a throwable item for the ninja. Then head left for the final chest. Head up and enter the Guardian Tree, and then you will face 4 elemental crystal bosses. Each crystal is a different element that doesn't have the elemental weakness, but it does absorb the same element. The left crystal is wind, the bottom crystal is earth, the right crystal is water, and the top crystal is fire. When you take half a crystal's HP away, it will start using more powerful elemental spells. The easiest way to defeat the boss is to make a death potion by mixing a phoenix down with dark matter on them. If not, make sure you do your usual defenses of golem, heal up, have haste and shell, and then target one at a time so you don't get 4 crystals worth of strong attacks. Use your strongest non-elemental spells and attacks. After the battle, you'll get a long cutscene. As Galuf, you will face X-Death, but it's an unwinnable battle, so don't bother doing anything. And then after another long cutscene, fly the Drake past the forest so you can save. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel where there are more complete retro walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases. Thanks for watching.